I'm Tina McDonald, artist in residence with Imagine Crafts. Today I'm here to share with you a project using Lawn Fawn's Snow Days stamp set, as well as some of my favorite Imagine Crafts products. Let's get started. Begin with an A2 size card with a top fold from white cardstock. I want to create a window on the front of my card, so I'm going to use a heart die from Spellbinders, and I'm going to hold it in place with a piece of low-tack tape. Then go ahead and run it through your cutting machine to cut and emboss. And don't forget to open up your card so you don't end up with a window through the entire card. Now we're going to create the focal point for our card through this window. So we're going to begin by stamping our bunnies from the Snow Days set, and we're going to stamp this with the VersaFine Onyx Black. Stamp it onto a piece of white cardstock, and then we're going to go ahead and color these in using some of the dual tip markers. I began with the London Fog, which I colored the majority of the bunnies with, except for their ears. So you'll notice I'm doing long, even strokes so that we will avoid the look of brush strokes in our coloring here. To create a little bit of shading, I'm going to use the Flannel Gray, which is just a touch darker than the London Fog, and we're going to accent some of those darker areas. Now take the espresso truffle, and we're going to put a few little dots on their tail area, on their backside, and then fill in the ears with the angel pink. Then go ahead and trim these out using your scissors, or else you can use the coordinating dies by Lawn Fawn. Now go ahead and set these bunnies aside for now. Now take the large heart from the Snow Days set, and we're going to stamp it using the Memento Rosebud ink. We're going to stamp that in the center portion of the heart, so that will be on the inside page of our card. Now I want to stamp my sentiment over top of the heart, so again I'm going to use the black onyx from the VersaFine, and I'm going to use the You Warm My Heart sentiment. So we're going to ink up our stamp, center it over top of the heart, and go ahead and stamp this in place. I wanted to add a touch of another color to our card, so I'm using the VersaMagic Sea Breeze, and I'm going to ink up the 3 little snowflakes that are provided in this set, and we're going to just stamp randomly on the inside portion of the heart. You can rearrange the snowflakes on your acrylic block if you wish. I'm using all 3 to begin with, and then I'm going to remove 1, so I'm stamping with 2. As you'll see here, it just keeps it from being too uniform looking. So again, ink up your stamp and stamp the 2. We want to fill up this area nicely without making it look too patterny. And then we're going to finish off with a couple of the snowflakes, just all by themselves. I've trimmed a couple of strips of a chevron patterned paper, and I'm going to adhere these across the top and bottom portion of my card. To add to the snowy look of our card, I'm going to add a layer of vellum underneath the window. So I'm going to add some adhesive to the underside of my card front, and that will adhere the vellum in place. But what about the bunnies, you say? We're going to add our bunnies here on the bottom center portion of our card, right at the bottom part of the V portion of the heart. So we're going to add a little bit of foam tape to the back. By adding the layer of vellum, it gives us a little bit of something to hang on to as well, so that it's not sticking to the back of our card. So we're going to adhere both of these bunnies with their hands almost touching, because we're going to be adding a little heart in the center there. So stamp the medium-size heart, not the teeny tiny one, but we're going to stamp the medium-size heart, again using the Rosebud ink onto the white cardstock. Then go ahead and trim it out with your scissors if you don't have the die templates. Then using foam dots, I'm going to use 2. We're going to add it just between the little bunny's hands, and that will finish off our card. Thanks so much for watching today's video. For more project ideas, be sure to follow Imagine Crafts on Facebook, Pinterest, and at ImagineCrafts.com.